Hello guys, this is Dr. Lior Bar-El, and I got some bad news here. Possibly, I mean, depends how you look at it. GameStop right now is actually considering considering options for a buyout, basically. So let me explain this to you. Now, as you know already, what's been happening due to the internet craze, everybody's purchasing off Amazon, purchasing off other, from eBay, from all kinds of things like that. So that's what pretty much killed Toysrus. If you remember, I grew up on Toysrus, and, all of these physical stores are suddenly closing down. Then I remember growing up on Kaybee toy stores. Kaybee toy stores closed down. Electronics boutique, Funco freaking Land. I loved Funco Land. It was one of my favorites. Walking into the game shop right there, getting yourself one of these like newspapers with like a list of games, and I remember I was just like so in love with it, just picking them out, circling them, and saying which one I could afford and buy. Of course, all of these. Right afterwards, it was Electronic Boutique. After Electronic Boutique, it was GameStop. In my neighborhood, it kept switching, and I've noticed already GameStop is suffering. It's taking one blow after a time, after another. About 4 stores near me, actually. What is it? About 2 of them closed. And now there's 2, I believe, that are still open. One in Continental and one over here in the mall. But if you look at it, compared to what it was, before you would just see video games everywhere. And now it's like they're trying different things. Like you're seeing collectibles, Think Geek, and all kinds of other crap they're doing. They're also trying to push their online sales as well. Now, if you guys remember, there's a lot of people basically bitching and complaining, people who are working for GameStop, who I really, really feel, horrible for, because they're realizing that it's such a hard employment, such hard work. They force them to push on customers to get memberships and all these things. It's because they're a dying business right now. And their stocks, it was kind of weird because this rumor went around that they were going to sell, or they were going to close. And what happens is the stock first raised, and then it suddenly became like frozen. And it's always constant up and down as usual stocks go, except in this scenario, it's going down a lot, and it's going up a few. And it's just really not good for GameStop. Now, whether or not they're going to do this overnight, I highly doubt it. Obviously, that's not going to happen. But the fact that they actually, are saying that they are willing to sell. Now, personally, me as an investor in stock, I could tell you, from my experience, I would never invest in a sinking ship, ever. Unless that sinking ship had some kind of quality, some kind of a return investment for me, ROI. But if it doesn't give any return and it's a sinking ship, and the competition out there, which is Amazon, eBay, and all that, you're not going to really want to, buy that out. I don't think anyone would be stupid enough to buy GameStop and take its burden. It just doesn't make sense to me. What I think, possibly, I think that their strategy was pretty good, what they did in the first place when they started introducing collectibles, like you see Star Wars helmets, lightsabers, cell phones, all that crap. And then on top of that, you had another half of games. That was a very wise decision, I think, on their part to do that. But again, it's just not helping them in this way, because you could get all that crap on the internet. That's far more cheaper. Now, if you guys see, what people should learn from is places like B&H. Okay, B&H, the reason why they will never close down, no matter where you can buy it from the internet, no matter how good their reputation is, everybody will always trust B&H here in Manhattan. And the reason, and I'm not endorsing them, I'm just saying their business model I really like. It's their, customer satisfaction, their no questions asked returns. I mean, they even have like warranty and crap, but many people are not even paying that. Like if they have an issue, I had an issue with one of my things that had a dead pixel. I come over there, I say it's a dead pixel to Blackmagic. Blackmagic goes, well, you can't expect everything to be free of dead pixels because Blackmagic is stupid. Their customer service is incredibly dumb. I'm sure that the representative of Blackmagic, if he would have heard that, he would have probably been pissed off. But again, that was them in Blackmagic Design. In B&H, I went there with the Blackmagic thing, and I said, hey, guys, I got a monitor that has a dead pixel. They said, well, let me, give it to me. Okay, they packed it up. They didn't even turn it on. boom, you got a replacement right away. And that is the beauty that happens over there. And there, you know, customer satisfaction is always number one. With GameStop, a lot of the practices are extremely shady. And everybody that works there, I know I have friends and family that work there, and they'll say the same exact thing. It is shady as hell. And the thing is, they push on you things that you don't want on the customer. They make the cut, like in B&H, they don't do that. They would say, if you want, you could get this. If you want, you know, everybody's told to upsell, but you got to do it in a nicer way. But these guys, and I feel bad for the workers there, they're all pressured to do it because if not, they're fired. They get written up and then they're fired. So because of that, they're pressing customers. Like in the one near me, I remember the one that closed down. They would not let me out of the store with my game until I got their stupid membership. And I would not get it. I would constantly say, no, no, no. And he would constantly, are you sure? You know you're saving a lot of money. And in fact, I know one guy that actually walked into that store and was called stupid for not taking advantage of that because he was showing him, you see, you could have gotten a free game right now. I just think that's really stupid. And they get agitated, and I don't blame them because otherwise they get fired. So, you know, it plays a horrible thing with them. I mean, I know as a salesman myself, I would never do that to any customer. I know how to upsell in a way that is nice and, you know, doing it in an honest way, not, you know, pressuring, but you know, if your job counted on it and you're feeding your family, I mean, that, you know, I'm not going to judge them for it. But that's the thing. That's the horrible part in GameStop. Their business model is a failure. And it's just horrible. But the thing is, this is going to affect us in the long run. Because like games, like, for instance, I'm going to be reviewing for y'all on Friday, Mario Tennis, right? So, so if I'm to get Mario Tennis and review it for you on day one, you know, I know on their website you could get it and get it on the day of, and they'll, you know, on the day of launch, they'll send it to you or whatever. But the thing is, you're paying a little extra and all of that for shipping. But also on top of that, what sucks is sometimes there's a weekend or sometimes, you know what I mean? And they don't deliver on weekends, so it goes to the next day. So it's so cool to have a GameStop near you where you can actually pick up something physical. And I really like physical stores because they're convenient. And I don't mind paying a little bit of a fee for that convenience. But unfortunately, you know, the reality is, you know, a lot of people are going to get cheaper deals. They're not paying taxes when they're entering the internet market for the most part. If you're buying on eBay, you're not getting charged taxes, which is a great thing. I mean, if you're buying a camera or whatever, or a game system, you're charged a lot of money on the tax. So I would rather order it from somewhere else where I'm not paying taxes. So I get that. But to me, I like supporting these companies that are brick and mortar companies because of their convenience. And I want to see them there so I can have that convenience. But again, when I was in high school, when I was in college, okay, anywhere I can get it cheap is where I could get it cheap. Before I had a job, I don't care. Like, you know, I would go for the cheapest portion ever. I didn't. But this thing, I look at it as like kind of a donation to give something back to the brick and mortar places so they stay in business. I mean, I used to love Kaybee toy stores growing up. Toysrus. Do you believe Toysrus is closing? You know, like they closed already. I can't even believe this. And like, they're so bad that they're not even carrying on, you know, in such bad condition that they're not even carrying on their internet, you know, sales. Like, you know, just open up a website and sell. They're not even doing that. They closed their internet. I mean, this is how screwed up everything is becoming. So sooner or later, I mean, we know that. I'm not a Luddite. But sooner or later, we are going to be transitioning to an all-internet thing here. And I think it's going to ruin our convenience because we're not going to get day one releases unless we download these games. Now, I know, granted, many people are downloading games and they're saying, well, you know, I'd rather have my games downloaded and I get it at 12 o'clock, like, you know, at night, let's say today, you know, at 12 before I go to sleep, and I could review it for y'all like I did on many games. So, yeah, there's types like that. But I, as a collector and a reviewer, I like to have that option where I'm doing it for you guys on day one and have the new ones as a collector, you know, for collectors. So I don't know. I would look at it as a real sad day. But again, like what I think is going to happen is it's going to probably happen within next year. I don't think it's happening in 2018. Might happen in 2019, and might not even happen. Maybe the stocks will rise and everything will be great again. I mean, they had pretty close calls. They've made, you know, they cut a ton of stores, a ton of jobs. They did a ton of layoffs, and they said the same thing. They were going to close, and they didn't. So, you know, who knows what's going to happen here? But if they're open for somebody to take them over, that doesn't necessarily mean they're closing. It just means, hey, guys, I have a burden. Who wants to take this on? You know, I'll let them take it on. And I know some stores, actually, you know, pops and mom and pop shops that opened up that said the same thing. If you guys want to buy it, anybody wants to buy it, blah, blah, blah. But they stayed in business forever because nobody bought it, because nobody wanted the burden. And they learned to work within the, you know, to take on that burden themselves and turn it into, I don't know, something great. So this might still happen, or it'll take 5 years, 10 years, 20, you know, whatever, and slowly dwindle down. I don't see it lasting for 5 years. I think it's a dying company. And personally, me, I don't see it as anything that anybody should take over. It's like when Toysrus wanted someone to take over, or FAO Schwarz. Everyone knew that it wasn't going to work. And before you know it, it failed and it closed. I mean, that's the sad reality of what's happening here in the future. I mean, this is going to be eventually it. I'm just really saddened by it because it does tear down the convenience. And I hope that they last as long as possible. I hope the good Lord blesses them with a miracle. But, you know, with Amazon killing them, and I know some people are saying Amazon will take them over. No, they wouldn't. Why would Amazon do that? They're going to let them fold. Amazon's not going to take them over. They're not going to take their burden. It's a very stupid move on their part. They're just going to be themselves, and that's it. They're already opening up little Amazon shops everywhere. I'm sure they're going to have an Amazon shop for GameStop, like an Amazon shop that has, you know, GameStop games, and I'll be really happy because we'll have convenience there. I just am against monopolies, but, you know, it is what it is, guys. So that's really what I wanted to share with you here. And definitely tune in for the Mario Tennis, which I'm coming out with on Friday. So day one review. I'm not going to do it at 12 o'clock on Thursday, you know, entering Friday, because I'm actually going to collect this game because it's a new game. So like I said, when it's new games or whatever, I'm going to buy it and still review it for y'all on day one, just not on 12 o'clock. If it's a remake game like Bayonetta, or even wrestling games like the WWE 2K18, I'm not going to actually buy the cartridge. I'm going to review it for you because, like I said, you know, review it for you so you guys don't have to get fooled by the other reviewers or getting paid for by the followers, and in the end up getting screwed like you did with WWE 2K18. I'm going to review the 2K19. I really don't want to get it. I'm getting it up on your request. I'm getting it just simply for the fact that I want to make sure you guys don't buy it. With games like Super Smash Brothers coming out, with Yoshi coming out. There's a ton of games. The Nintendo Direct is going to make an announcement. If the game sucks, you can save your money. If it sucks, don't even bother spending your money on that. And I'll do a review on day one to let you guys know. Obviously, there's no rush in getting it. As you saw, in the end, they released a deluxe edition, which is far better. So, you know, just wait a while. I'll give you guys the review on that. Anyways, have a good one, guys. As always, self-funded here. The only thing I ask, the only way you can help me is by liking, subscribing, and hitting that bell button. Damn, I'm so busy. My wife is actually moving in because she was stuck on a lease on the other house, so we kept going to each other's houses. And now, finally, because we're newlyweds, she's going to be moving in here, so I'm cleaning everything, like emptied out my closet. It's crazy hell over here. And I know I always do it in a way that you guys are looking up because I'm not going to show you what's down here because it is a freaking mess. But anyways, so, you know, I'm still staying on it. I'll still do reviews. It's not changing anything. It's just part of the daily life. Anyways, have a good one, y'all. Take care. Let me know what you think down below. What do you think about GameStop? What does GameStop mean to you in brick and mortar places and, you know, that convenience? What does that mean to you? Does it matter to you? Let me know down in the comments below. Have a good one, y'all. Take care. Bye.